whiskey's much better for urological considerations.
Definitely.
Wish we hadn't had those beers. Wish we'd stuck to whiskey in the first place.
There's no need to hurry. Like, you could walk very slowly, and there's no need to hurry, but you get in here, you get into the... You see what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, definitely.
Yeah, whiskey makes talkative again. Well, it's just because the walls come up, and there's the green on the one side, and then it just goes. Is that what you want me to read? Yes, I can tell. Here, tell me when you're sure. Don't smoke, kids. God, I hate cigarettes. People often wonder how it is possible that everything came about. There are so many complex living things that it is impossible for everything just to be a matter of chance. If I look at this rock here on the ground, then I'm sure everyone would agree with me that it is possible that it has always been here, and there doesn't necessarily need to be an intelligence to account for it. But if, for example, I was to show you a Mars bar that I found on the floor, I can't imagine that there is any way it got there without it being designed, marketed, bought, and then discarded. There is an intelligent designer behind this Mars bar with its delicious nougaty and caramel center wrapped in delicious milk chocolate. Have loads of foot traffic. That's good. That's good. Even louder, I think.
I think I'm being quite loud, I think.
No, you're fine.
Or as Berlin says, the freedom which exists in being one's own master.
Remember, nobody cares.
The need to study would be seen as coming from your upper self, and the tendency to be sidetracked from your lower self. So, in this example, if the person was forced to study rather than watch TV, even though their negative freedoms curtailed, they are free in a positive sense. Similarly, if a drunkard was forced to stop drinking, he could be seen to have increased his positive freedom because in his stable state he could achieve more. The idea of positive freedom can be applied to society as a whole. Instructions for passage. Do not take 3 steps after 3 steps. Do not talk. Do not question where you are. If you take a breath after 3 breaths in a row, then stop. Dancing baby. What's a fella to do? Dedicate 3 pictures. Sense what the line is. Expect someone to come on stage who was not there prior. Hello to you. Get the name of the hotel. Ridiculous, you say. Make amends by saving your friends. Put 10 steps in at least before having any doubts. The walls are not closing in.
I swear this is the last day of being addicted.
Yeah, I think so.
September, October, November, December, January. Yeah, it was 6 months. We were just left wondering. You know, people being killed isn't funny.
It's to do with black holes. They think that it's possible that the creation of a black hole could create a new universe, and it could have its own set of universal constants. But only the ones that are able to survive.
Yeah. Let me think where there's a...
I don't like eating when I'm sat on the tube. It's nearly, I think it's afternoon now.
Anyway.
It would be better to think that the truth is something worth striving for, and that knowing the actual facts is better, even if it does mean getting into some politically hot water.
She's walking the alley again and again. Is it possible to believe that an organ as complex and beautiful as the human eye came about by pure chance? Well, I mean, you're always gonna...
Oh. And the fact that it's obviously sponsored by.
Doesn't.
But when I see someone eating sit on the tube, I'm like, oh, that's alright. They probably haven't got time to eat another time.
Yes, and if any attention is going to get drawn to us.
The conclusion that must be drawn.
Instead of letting it just be. He's a short story writer.
And it has no plot that I can work out whatsoever. Like the kind, almost like the kind of comedy you get in a Bollywood film.
Shoes untied. Have you checked your aim?
Yeah, it's fine.
Yeah.
It could be that the consequences are so extreme that they cause a physical backlash against the people who prove them to be untrue. Sorry, true. But I was drunk and I had to have 2 cigarettes.
But you always have to remember that you'll always be addicted. And you just have to be okay with that. There's no need for it. Here comes somebody. If they come down this
No one coming this way. How does Berlin think that the concept of negative liberty has been misused? Berlin believes that the concept of negative liberty has been misused because of the different. That's okay. The differences between forcing someone because it is for their own good and forcing them because of the belief that they have some entity inside them that intrinsically knows what is good for them even if they don't agree. When negative freedom is misused, it is because someone believes that this entity is the only thing that matters. So forcing people to act in a way that they know deep down is right is the only way to make them free. Misusing the concept of positive liberty can be described using the paradox of being forced to be free. It would be argued that people are not being forced to be free because it is what they. It would be argued that people are not being forced to be what they want. What? Sorry, I'm just finding problems with my own essays.
No, it's okay.
So many of these guys. You don't look.
Oh, that was cool. We're walking through a passageway.
Oh, sorry. I get confused as to what to do.
It's their favourite drink, and also there's a massive scene where they crash through about 1 million bottles. The nature of what counts as harm is one that is very hard to define. Is that it's not possible to rule out the argument for design simply by looking at evolution.
Oh, warranty.
No, not warranty, but it should last more than a year.
You know? Like if you could get so comfortable where it was just like...
Yeah.
Anyway. The lark looks down with its all-seeing eye and decides what the world needs and then creates it. All hail the great lark. He would always like to spot lonely cans and cans sat lonely in empty parking spaces.
Half of it, well, I'd say a bit over half of it is a dodgy comedy.
What now?
The people like walking down the alleyways, there just seems to be an annoyance, but they're using it as a purpose.